My name is Ana Uribe and I'm from Colombia, the country of delicious coffee and breathtaking landscapes. And so for my menu, I decided to make some Spanish food. I was inspired in Spain because I love Spain, because I lived in Spain, and because I have a family and a boyfriend from Spain. So I decided to take Spain as my inspiration. For the first meal, I decided to make a salmorejo. Salmorejo is a tomato soup. It is served cold, but it is different from gazpacho as it does not have cucumber and it is made with bread to make it creamy. So instead of making it with bread, I decided to make it with avocado and with coconut oil, so it would be like creamier but without the bread. So, and I also added for toppings macadamia goat cheese and then some Mediterranean croutons. So here's my version, like the raw version of the salmorejo. So these are the cheese, macadamia goat cheese, and then these are the croutons, and this is the avocado, and then the soup is just like avocado, tomatoes, red pepper, coconut oil, and some garlic, and I drizzled it with olive oil. And then for dessert, I made some raw churros. So the churros, they're like orange churros with some ginger ice cream and some chocolate ganache. So this is the final presentation. This was very hard for me because churros are like street food and I didn't know how to make them like a gourmet food, like in a dish. So this is the version. They're like shorter. So I made the churros with almond pulp. It was like the base, and then I coated them in coconut sugar, coconut oil, and some cinnamon, and then they're done. And then I made the raw vegan ice cream with some ginger and the chocolate ganache with some coconut oil, cacao, and agave. So this is a final version of the churros. And then the other dish that I didn't make, it was the raw paella, una paella pa mí. So the paella, instead of making it like with the traditional rice, I decided to make it with pine and cauliflower rice. And then for the shrimp, I decided to change it for like an oyster shrimp version. So it would be like dehydrating, like marinating the oysters and then dehydrated them, and then just like the cauliflower rice with the pine nuts, like processing them, and then just add some of the ingredients of the vegetables and sauces. What I enjoyed the most making was the churros. I loved making the churros. Okay, so here are some of the churros. But the churros, they were awesome. It was very hard because I had to make it with a piping bag, and it was very hard for me to make it like straight because the churros are very straight. So it was hard and it was challenging, but it was amazing. And as for the recipe testing process, it takes a lot of time to know which flavors to balance, and then you also have to taste them and say, no, I need to add more salt or more acid or more sweetness. So I think that the basic part of creating recipes is about creating balance, which is one of the most important things I learned from this course. And all of the recipes reflect a lot of things learned in the course. For example, for the soup, the textures, we have to learn the textures with the coconut oil and the avocado and everything. And then for the croutons, you like dehydrating, and then with the cheeses, it's fermentation. And then also with the churros is also like balancing the sweetness in the recipes, in the desserts. And also it's like a mixture of making ice creams with dehydrating. And as for the plating is also an important part that I learned within the course, that is like trying to balance all the elements within the dish, because it's like a form of art, and if you don't create like a good balance with colors and elements, then it won't look good, and then if it's not like good looking, you won't eat it.